It's been close to 10 years since Thorpe Park received a brand new coaster, and with the date getting pushed back further and further, people are starting to wonder, when that day comes, what will it be?
A 200-foot B&M hypercoaster, a long smooth GCI wooden coaster, or maybe even a long-awaited RMC.
Sadly, none of us know yet, but what we do know is that with every gaming event and every Love Island event, we're getting an inch closer to a new coaster.
These are the top 10 coasters that Thorpe Park really could build. At number 10 is a coaster model that's only recently been introduced into the theme park industry, the Mark Ride's Big Dipper. This is a quirky little coaster that's highly compact, so it'll fit in a few places around the park. The half-wing trains give a different experience to most standard, and the twisted layout packed with inversions and airtime. And if they somehow didn't think that the standard layout was good enough, it can be customised. Dynamite, one of the two Big Dippers currently operating, costs just over €5 million, making it very cost effective as well.
Coming in at number 9 is the Intamin Blitz. Intamin is already quite an expensive company, and the Blitz is no different. In fact, it's probably one of their most expensive models. It's the thrilling coaster that the park needs and would greatly add to the park's coaster lineup. The LSM launches that the newer Intamins use are a lot more reliable than their older hydraulic systems, and it could interact with the Swarm or Soar if they decide to go down that route. And it could be the standout coaster that the park is lacking. A layout similar to Ice Speed would set the park back around £20 million.
At number 8 is one that's been heavily rumoured, but in reality is unlikely to happen, and that is a B&M hypercoaster. One concern straight away is their height limit. It would have to be a small hyper, but in a park like Thorpe, lots of their coasters are 100 feet or less. It would be one of the two largest roller coasters in the park along with Stealth. Another concern is that these would be expensive. They would easily be the largest investment to date. They can easily exceed £20 million. This is what many enthusiasts have wanted at the park, but in reality is probably too expensive for Thorpe Park to justify.
Number 7 would be a bit of a risk for Thorpe Park, but there's a few reasons why it could be viable. A GCI hybrid coaster doesn't actually exist yet, but the concept is there, ready to be built. The reason this could happen is that GCI have already worked with Merlin twice over the past few years, so there's a possibility that they could have signed a 3-coaster deal. If they have, then it would fit in great at Thorpe Park. They could give it theming to have a Wicker Man, or make it interact with the forest if they build it in the Loggers Leap area. Wicker Man costs £16 million to build, so it would likely still be cheaper than the Swarm, their current newest coaster, or certainly not far off.
In at number 6 is a coaster a lot more likely to come to the park than an Intamin Blitz, and that is a Mack multi-launch coaster. While most enthusiasts would certainly prefer a Blitz, the reason why this would be more likely to happen is that they will have seen the success of Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach and realised this is probably a good move for the park. These aren't as fast paced as the Intamin version, and the launches are more to get you up to speed than to be thrilling, but they're still great crowd pleasers and aren't as expensive as you might think. Icon cost just over £16 million.
At number 5 is a wildcard, a Chance Hyper GTX. Only one has been installed around the world, that being Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom. But these rides are smooth with lots of airtime, positives, and a very small price tag. Lightning Rod only costs $7 million. It would also be a great low-cost solution for Thorpe Park's new coaster.
Coming in at number 4 is one that I've heard no rumours about, but could happen, and this is an RMC hybrid. The reason it could happen is smaller RMC hybrids are on the better side of £10 million, so it would still be around half the price of the Swarm, while also being 10 times more thrilling. They could easily market it as the UK's first hybrid coaster too. In all seriousness, while the RMC Thorpe Park rumours have been blown out of proportion, it genuinely would be a good addition.
Number 3 on our list is a coaster type that's only recently started being rumoured, but it's picked up quite a lot of attention, and for good reason. The B&M dive coasters are huge crowd pleasers, and would most likely bring lots of new visitors into the park. Something else to note is that 3 other Merlin Entertainment operated parks already have B&M dive coasters, so they're quite experienced with the model and would probably get quite a good deal from B&M. These are typically quite forceless rides, but always manage to scare the hell out of all the GP, and even enthusiasts appreciate them. They're not massively expensive either, with Yukon Striker coming in at the equivalent of around £15 million.
In second place, there is a much more likely, cheaper alternative to a GCI hybrid coaster. This is a regular GCI hybrid coaster such as Wickerman at Alton Towers. The reason this would be most likely to happen over a hybrid is it's a lot more proven, as they have a lot more success, seeming as the success of Wickerman, a sign of wooden coasters can still work in the UK theme park industry. Like we said earlier, Wickerman cost £16 million, evidence that £80 million the Swarm, that's an investment Thorpe Park could justify. If they went down the same route as Wickerman, it could be a nice family thrill coaster with a lower height limit to their other major coasters. Would be a nice refreshing change to their all-steel lineup.
And at number 1 is predictably the RMC Raptor. This is an obvious choice for the park, and therefore this video. They're compact and cheap, which is what the park will want, and a ridiculously fast-paced and airtime film, which all of the enthusiasts will love. The standard layout would work fine, but I'd love to see a custom layout that makes full use of the park's terrain and existing coasters. These coasters were designed for smaller parks with not a lot of space, and I think Thorpe Park fits the bill perfectly for one. You know what, we might not get a Raptor, but I bet, and you can hold me to this, Thorpe Park's new coaster will be one of these 10. Thanks to the Real Quote Man and Theme Park Giraffe for being in this video, subscribe to him on the end screen, and with that, that's me, signing off.
We'll be right back.